If I bought a brand new T7 today, these are the first modifications I would make right off the showroom floor. Let's dive straight in, guys. If you like this type of content, please consider like and subscribe. First on the list, guys, I got the Garda skid plate. It's got really good coverage. It's made out of a pretty thick gauge aluminum. No complaints there. It fits really nice. It also has the piece that comes down here and covers the little pivot where the shock comes down here on the swing arm. And that's made out of like an ABS plastic there. Kind of glance off stuff rather than getting all banged up. But the skid plate itself is a pretty heavy gauge aluminum. And I also have the Garda crash bars. Now, this bike, if you've watched my other videos or you know anything about it, is very top heavy. So I have dropped this thing a multitude of times and I've had to replace these plastics. I've damaged my gas tank prior to getting these crash bars. And they have been phenomenal. I have had zero damage to the bike since I got these crash bars. You can see I've got some scratches and scuffs on them. So it's been down a couple of times since I've had these, but I hadn't had to replace anything since I bought those. You don't have to go full set like I did. This comes in different tiers. So they've got the lower set here. You can just buy this. It's like covers the radiator, top of the engine, stuff like that. And also has, I don't know if this is an option, this may be an option here too. You've got this side coverage that covers these water lines, your water pump, get a little protection there. That is a bit of a weak point on these bikes if you don't have any protection there. So I ended up getting that as well. And then I have the full set, which extends up full coverage and goes all the way across the front here. You know, that might be overkill. And like I said, these bikes are top heavy. You got to be considerate of the weight you're adding to it. But in my opinion, as many times as I've dropped this thing, it was a necessary option for me. Next on the list, I would put a rear rack on this thing. I mean, you don't have any way of strapping anything down on these bikes. So first on the list for me when I got the bike was this nice CNC rear rack. Super sturdy. It's a knockoff brand. If you guys are not into that kind of thing, you want the name brand stuff, this might not appeal to you, but this thing has been super solid. It's made out of a really thick aluminum. It's got a really nice finish on it. No complaints whatsoever. It fit really well. Nice CNC. Another thing on the rack here, I keep these rock straps. I normally run the rack just to hold down my rackless luggage, but if I'm on a quick day ride or something like that, strap some water bottles, I use these rock straps. I just keep them on there all the time, and I've got the excess just kind of coiled around all the little mounting points there, depending on what size object I'm trying to strap down. So rock straps, really good quality, no complaints out of those. Another thing I got here is the tail tidy. I don't know if I can say this is a necessary option, but looks-wise, it really cleans up the back of the bike, and this is a super, super cheap Zytomir, I think is how you pronounce it, just an Amazon brand I found. This thing is like 30 bucks and it's made out of some pretty heavy gauge aluminum. It might be steel, I can't remember, but super sturdy. And you can use your factory blinkers on there. Luggage tie downs. Now, I pretty much put these on right away too. I run the Moto Reckless 80 bags on this bike, and this gives me a good tie down point, multitude of different options. Works really well, and that's a nice CNC brand too. Same as the rear rack, and it's very sturdy, lightweight aluminum. You're not adding any weight. Actually lose a little weight taking off your foot pegs, those rear passenger pegs. Moving up here, I've got the Doubletake mirrors. Now, that's one of the first things I broke on this bike. On my first drop, I broke the factory mirrors nearly clean off. So I've got the Doubletake mirrors on here. They do make an aftermarket knockoff brands on Amazon. If you're interested in those, I don't have any experience with them, so these are the original Doubletakes. I think they're the original designer of this type of mirror, but there's a ton of knockoffs out there now. I may try those on my next build or something, but these are the original Doubletakes. No complaints out of those. If you get a heavy crash or something, they'll just bend out of the way rather than break. And coming around to the top here, GPS. I run the Garmin Zumo XT2. It's been a phenomenal GPS unit for me. I did have some software issues early on when I purchased it. It would have like a glitch cut out on me. and just freeze up occasionally. But after I got a couple of software updates, I've had zero issues out of that. And I have it mounted up here to the factory GPS bar. This little bar clamp that I got is another cheap Amazon thing. I'll leave a link to this stuff in the description, but I don't remember the brand name of that, but that was a super cheap bar clamp, GPS mount type little deal there. And it worked really, really well. Zero issues, very secure. I've never had it loosen up on me or anything. My GPS has never fell down, sagged. I will say, I think this mount here may come with the kit on the GPS, but you will have to buy a separate wiring harness for this, and you have to make sure you get the Zumo XT2 wiring versus the regular Zumo, because the wiring voltage is a little different for the XT2. I think it runs straight 12 volt, and I want to say the old model had like a transformer on it where it reduced the voltage or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but make sure you get the specific wire for the XT2 if you run that. And the mount's pretty simple too. You just click it in the bottom, give it a little press, and it's on there. Never had it fall off or anything like that. And moving up here, if you like putting your phone on your bike like I do, I use a Ram Quick Grip phone mount. And this thing is phenomenal. I've used the ones in the past that have like the little arms on them. They're spring loaded, and I've had my phone actually fall out of those things. And these are adjustable, so you can move these little ears in or out and different configurations depending on the size of your phone. But you just basically just plop the phone down in there in the bottom here, then you pull back on the top and just let it snap into place. And once you get it, snapped in, it's not going anywhere. I've never had any issues with that. Another cool thing about the phone mount, so if you have multiple bikes like I do, I buy these Amazon little bar clamp balls, and I put one of these on each one of my motorcycles so I don't have to buy a phone mount for each bike. And then you just, clip this on there and tighten it down to move your phone mount from bike to bike. So kind of a cool feature there. Rather than buy a phone mount for each bike, I do that. The only other thing that I haven't done that I would probably suggest is handguards. Now, this bike has been down quite a few times. You can see some damage, some little gashes and scratches, cuts. These are pretty much useless, from a protection standpoint. I've been down multiple times and I have not actually broke these yet, but they offer zero protection as far as protecting your levers and things like that. I have not damaged my levers, but I have just been lucky. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all checking out the video. If you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.